Hidden amidst the charm of Stockholm's old town, at the secluded end of a narrow, cobblestone street, stood the enigmatic Veil of Shadows Museum. With its crimson entrance towering over the neighboring doors, this place was steeped in mystery and dark elegance. Inside its opulent foyer, ornate chandeliers cast a flickering glow, setting the stage for the captivating exhibition that lay beyond. As the caretaker of the museum, Alex had always been drawn to the mysteries of the unknown, especially in the realm of magic. The Veil of Shadows Museum was a dream come true for him, with its collection of oddities and enchanting artifacts. The owner of the museum, an older man, was a peculiar character who rarely spoke more than a few words, often delivering cryptic and enigmatic sentences. But Alex didn't mind. He loved his job and the intrigue that surrounded the place. The streets of Old Town bustled with pedestrians, cafes filled with patrons chatting and sipping their coffees, and street musicians filling the air with melodious tunes. As Alex turned the corner towards the museum's entrance, a habitual tingling sensation washed over him. It was as if the magic inside the museum was calling out to him, welcoming him home. The dimly lit interior carried the sense of musk and incense as he ventured further into the room. Dark wood and red fabric adorned the exhibition, creating an atmosphere of otherworldly allure. A captivating painting of the magician, draped in a black cloak with a vibrant red lining and holding a top hat, adorned the wall. The man's profession, a mix of illusion and true magic, seemed both fitting and peculiar, adding to the air of mystique that enveloped the place. Alex often wondered about the secrets hidden within the museum's walls, especially the contents of the backroom, which was always off-limits to him. On his first day, the owner had made it clear that the backroom was for magicians only, and Alex had respected that boundary ever since. As he began his daily routine, dusting and tidying up the exhibition, Alex couldn't help but admire the enchanting music box atop an intricately carved pedestal. It played a haunting melody without anyone touching its handle, leaving visitors in awe and wonder. Moving on to the display of curiosities, Alex marveled at the tiny vial labeled Elixir of Life. Legend had it that the elixir shimmered at night, imbued with mystical powers beyond human comprehension. His gaze then shifted to the black cabinet that housed the collection of haunted dolls. They stared back at him with glassy eyes, each one bearing a unique expression, waiting to be released from their eternal curse. Among the dolls, he noticed one that had fallen to its side. Alex gently opened the cabinet to put it back in place when the door to the backroom suddenly swung open. The magician emerged, dressed in his complete old-school magician ensemble, and hurriedly rummaged through the drawers beneath the register. "You looking for anything special?" Alex asked, trying to hide his curiosity about the contents of the backroom. Yes. I need." The man started, then abruptly stopped. "Alex! What did I say? No diddling-doodling." "I know. And I don't. I'm just putting the dolls back in their places. Number 1 had fallen over again." "Good, do it fast and then seal the doors. They are cursed, my wooden children. And I don't want it to slip out. Now, don't disturb me. I'm preparing a new performance. My greatest one yet." "Will do," Alex replied as the magician retreated back into the backroom, leaving him with more questions than answers. The day passed quickly with visitors coming and going. Alex explained the mysteries behind the curiosities and delighted in witnessing their awe and amazement. Some visitors inquired about meeting the magician, but Alex always had to politely turn them away. His interactions with the enigmatic owner were brief and often left him with more cryptic words to ponder. As another day dawned, Alex arrived early at the museum. He couldn't help but notice that the doll in the black cabinet had fallen again. He opened the cabinet and began to put the doll back in place when he noticed a photograph tucked beneath its skirt. Curiosity got the better of him, and he pulled it out. To his surprise, the girl in the photograph looked exactly like the doll. The same sad expression tugged at his heart, as if the child in the picture was trying to communicate something. Putting the photograph back in place, Alex closed the cabinet doors, feeling a chill run down his spine. He couldn't help but wonder about the hidden connection between the dolls and the people they resembled. The day continued as usual, but something felt different. Alex had an inexplicable sense of being watched, as if unseen eyes were following his every move. He tried to brush off the feeling, attributing it to the mysterious nature of the museum. As the evening approached, the magician surprised Alex by standing behind the counter, a rare sight as the man rarely emerged from the backroom during business hours. "Good morning," Alex greeted him with a smile. The man jumped slightly, as if startled. Yes. Morning," he replied, distractedly collecting a group of photos from the counter. "Is that for your new act?" The man paused in his movements. Yes. My greatest one. I must be very meticulous. Nothing can go wrong." He then headed towards the door behind him. "Can I ask what the act is about?" Alex called out before he could stop himself. No! A magician never reveals his secret," the man replied, slamming the door behind him. "You seem to have that trick handled already," Alex mumbled, smirking at his own bad joke. The next day, as Alex arrived at the museum, he found the doll in the black cabinet lying sideways again. He was about to fix it when the magician called out from the backroom. "Alex?" "Yes." "I need you to carry a box to the basement. Very important, no diddling-doodling." Alex was about to ask what was in the box, but he decided against it. The magician rarely gave any straightforward answers, and he didn't want to ruin the moment by pressing for details. Carrying the box to the basement, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that something strange was going on. As he set the box down, he noticed a lit candle on a table across the room. It seemed odd, as the basement was rarely used and hardly ever lit with candles. Curiosity getting the better of him once again, he approached the table. Wooden scraps lay beside the candle, along with a piece of paper covered by wooden lumps. Alex picked up the biggest lump, and his heart skipped a beat when he realized it was a doll's head. The doll's features bore an uncanny resemblance to his own face. The realization sent shivers down his spine, but before he could react, a cloud of black smoke enveloped him, pulling him into unconsciousness. When he regained consciousness, Alex's head throbbed with pain. He tried to move but found himself tied to a wooden table in the dimly lit basement, now illuminated by numerous flickering candles. Panic surged through him as he tugged at his restraints, but they held firm. As he looked around, the magician emerged from the shadows, his face obscured by a dark cloak with a hood. He spoke in hushed tones, revealing a twisted plan to Alex. The magician believed that he could achieve immortality by offering a ritualistic sacrifice of 12 souls, 2 of which had to be male, and he intended to use Alex as one of them. But as the magician brandished a dagger and prepared to carry out his dark deed, something strange began to happen. The room seemed to come alive with an eerie aura, and the air thickened with an ominous presence. Suddenly, the doll that had fallen in the cabinet before appeared in the basement, standing upright and staring at the magician with glassy eyes. The doll's features shifted, morphing into an unsettling visage that resembled Alex. A chilling realization washed over the magician as the doll spoke with a voice that sounded both haunting and familiar. It revealed its true identity, the ghost of the magician's deceased son, whose life had been tragically cut short by his own father's hand. The ghostly presence accused the magician of neglect, mistreatment, and betrayal. It revealed that the ritual the magician sought to perform was flawed from the start because he had only provided 11 souls, not the required 12. And to the magician's horror, the ghostly son revealed that he had been trapped in the body of one of the haunted dolls, tormented by the curse his father had inflicted upon him. As the truth unraveled, the magician was paralyzed with fear and guilt. The haunting apparition of his son confronted him, demanding justice for the pain and suffering he had endured. With a spectral force, the doll possessing the spirit of the son lunged at the magician, who stumbled backward and fell against the wall. The doll's glassy eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and a sudden burst of energy surrounded them. In an instant, the magician vanished, his body engulfed by the very darkness he had once embraced. The curse he had inflicted upon his son had now returned to claim him, the ritual seeking the 12th soul it had been denied. The room fell silent, and the doll returned to its inanimate form, its glassy eyes once again lifeless. As the eerie atmosphere dissipated, the basement regained its ordinary appearance. Alex's restraints loosened, allowing him to sit up. He looked around, bewildered by the surreal events that had just unfolded. The ghost of the magician's son had found peace in fulfilling the flawed ritual, and his tormented spirit was finally free. As the days passed, the Veil of Shadows Museum remained open, but it bore an air of melancholy and emptiness. Alex took on the role of both caretaker and curator, honoring the memory of the magician's son and ensuring that the haunted dolls remained in their cabinet, undisturbed. The mystery and allure of the museum persisted, but its enigmatic owner was gone forever, swallowed by the darkness he had once sought to control. And as for Alex, he had become a guardian of the Veil of Shadows, carrying the weight of its secrets and the haunting echoes of its past, forever immersed in the mysteries of the unknown.